What's up guys, macadii here, and today we guys a brand new live where we're having a go with a Mega Heracross team. What we've got is a wall breaking Mega Heracross with Moxie, because if you can get a kill before you Mega up, then getting to +1 is just huge, absolutely huge. We've also got Ding Dong, the Bronzong, which allows us to set up Trick Room guaranteed with the Mental Herb as long as he takes a hit, but he's got enough bulk to almost, take almost any hit. So it's really not a problem. You can Explosion, you can set up rocks, that sort of stuff. We've got Reuniclus, which is an absolutely fantastic Trick Room sweeper. We've got Glitch, which hits really, really hard if it gets that down low boost, and just sits there and is really fat. It doesn't necessarily like nuke stuff like maybe BLOB does or Angry does, but it just sits there and it really whittles teams down and works really, really nicely. Alongside that as well, we've got a Assault Vest Azuma, which gives our team a bit of bulk, and also a good amount of physical offense as well. Fairy typing as well allows us to damage dark types really, really well. Dragon types as well, which can give our team a bit of a problem. So it just works really, really fantastically under Trick Room. And finally, we have got the Assault Vest Titar. This is designed to take out Lati Twins and things like that, which can give our team a bit of a problem. So that's almost guaranteed switching, especially with the Assault Vest. Gives us a huge amount of special bulk, and then you just come in, Pursuit Trap down, boom, done. And that's them out of the way. So without further ado, we'll jump straight into it and see what we can find. I have been doing a little bit of laddering because I know the ladder reset recently. Okay. So, I am expecting possibly a Landorus lead. So, I think Ding Dong the Bronzong is probably our best bet. I mean, he could lead off with the Heatran, but that's not the worst thing in the world. We've got switches in for that. So, I'm not massively worried if that is the case. So, we'll see what he decides to lead with. I'm seeing quite a fairly offensive team that I think our Trick Room can really abuse. So he does get that Intimidate drop, which is a shame. We're just going to click Trick Room here, because he's probably he might be setting up his rocks. We don't know if he's choiced. And it would be really, really good to know what this guy is actually up to. Looking at his team, this looks to be most likely his rock setter. I guess the Heatran could be. So if we see a U-turn from the AC, he thinks I'm Flashfire, but actually, I built the team for Ollie, so there might be a bit of confusion for people on the ladder. And we'll see from there. So he is the rock setter. That's absolutely fine. We can actually set our own rocks up here. He can't touch us, so we'll just see what he decides to do. I'm tempted to keep Ding Dong around and maybe do a bit of switching. I know he's probably going to go for U-turn if he's got it, and it would be good to know if he has, because I don't want to bring anything else in and take that U-turn, because there's nothing I want, I don't want him to get initiative and go into something that could potentially wall me. Like, for example, if I'm out in P2, it could be a bit of a problem if he goes out into Heatran, that sort of thing. So he does go for the U-turn. He goes out into the Heatran. Okay, well that's pretty good. We've got a couple of reliable switches here. We could go into BLOB and we take a bit of damage, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see, because we've got to watch out for the Bishop. I want to keep Ding Dong around because he works really, really nicely. I don't want to risk getting burnt with Azu, so I think BLOB's our best bet. I don't think BLOB's going to do like massive... He has Flamethrower, okay. That's very, very interesting. I don't see anything that wants to take a Focus Blast outside of maybe Keldeo, but then we Psyshock after that. So we're going to fire off a Focus Blast. Hope it hits. It connects, we kill the Heatran. That's great, because P2 has 1,000 times easier... has a much easier time with the rest of the team. So that's really, really nice. Goes out into Bishop. You're going to be a bit of a pain. I think what we do here is 157 speed. We might outspeed after Trick Room. Probably not, actually. I think this is our play. No, we don't go into Azu. I mean, we could, and we could Power Up Punch, but I want to kind of be able to sit up Trick Room. I'm seeing a Heracross switch being the best one here. Just in case he does decide to go for a Sucker Punch, which I think is his only real play, especially when Trick Room has got only one turn left. I want to keep BLOB around because I can set up Trick Room on possibly the Keldeo. I might be able to take a hit. Most likely the Metagross. I've got that enough bulk to be able to do that, so I think that's certainly doable. He does go for Sucker Punch. That's absolutely great. Now we basically click a nuke button. So we're going to Mega Evolve here, get our Mega up, and I think CC is our best bet, just to get a good amount of damage on the Landorus. He is going to then U-turn from there, but what's the worst he could do, really? We could Rock Blast predicting that, but I kind of want this Bishop out of here. He may decide just to stay in an Iron Head for some damage. So I think the predictable play is the play to make here. We can always sack something, bring out Bronzong, set up Trick Room again. That's not going to be too much of a problem. And I think even then, Landorus is still going to take a good amount of damage. And I don't think he's going to have much to actually hit me really, really hard. I can take EQs and everything like that. Goes into Metagross. That's not going to appreciate this at all. Oh my goodness, that damage is insane. Okay, that's absolutely great. What we're going to do here is, I think we go into Bronzong, because we should be able to take 2 hits. And then we can set up Trick Room again. Go for the explosion most likely to get some good damage on that Landorus, and then clean up later on from there. So this team, you don't have to do too much predicting. It's very much hyper offense. You just click offense, you know, your offensive moves, and go from there. So we take a Zen Headbutt, absolutely fine. We go for Trick Room. Goes for Meteor Mash, that's absolutely fine. I'm actually going to run a damage calc here. So with our Ding Dong, we haven't invested in attack. So I'm just going to double check, because if I kill, that could be really, really huge. Metagross. Mega Metagross, Uber X-Wing or whatever. Oh no, maybe not that one. All Out Attacker versus Bronzong. OU Trick Room support. Gyro Ball 15 to 18. So I should kill. So I think I'm going to go for Gyro Ball here, because that's still going to do a good amount to whatever decides to switch in. And from there I can just explode. I think there's no harm in doing that. I've got plenty of Trick Room setters still around. If he decides to go into Bishop, oh well. We do take him out, that's absolutely great. So we'll see what he decides to do there. Getting rid of Mega Metagross is absolutely huge. And really, really helps us, because he's running out of switch-ins to our Mega Heracross. And Mega Heracross does a huge number to his team. Especially if I let Bronzong go down here as he goes into Bishop, he can then Sucker Punch, take me out, but then I can go into Heracross from there and do a good amount of damage on him. The other option is the T-Tar, which with Keldeo around, I don't think it's really worth it. Goes into Bishop, that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to explode here. And he does decide to stay in and go first. Is he going to SD? He does go for the low kick. Oh, he was predicting the T-Tar. That's great. Okay, so we've still got 3 turns of Trick Room left. I want to check. Can we still 2-hit KO Landorus? I know that sounds like a tall order, but I think we might with... Let's see. Heracross versus Landorus. Landorus T. OU defensive. Okay, we do like nothing. We are adamant. Okay, so maybe that's not the way to go. We could go into Azu, and we could Power Up Punch. Not bad, actually. Azu should kill. Yeah, it's 4 times... Yeah, he's got to kill. So let's go into Azu. Azu, I think, it doesn't necessarily clean up, but it's going to do a lot to everything. So I Power Up Punch this turn, take out the Bishop potentially, and then next turn, I do a massive hit onto something else. And that's really, really good. Yeah, Trick Room, I really enjoy Trick Room in OU. It works really, really well, I find. Some teams you do really struggle with. It depends on the matchup, but you get really good matchups on maybe like 60 to 70% of teams where you don't even have to like work hard. You just keep the Trick Room going and you just pummel them into submission. And then some matches you do have a bit of a few problems, but overall I do really like the team, and I love using Trick Room. And I find it's kind of a tactic that not many people have managed to get right, and I seem to have got it. It's not to sound sort of like big-headed or something, but I feel I've got it the most right as far as I'm aware of how, seeing how other people have done it. Anyway, we're gonna go for a play rough here, because that should, as long as we connect. Hey, there you go. Right. And that's a nice Aqua Jet on something as well. He has to go into the Landorus. I'm pretty sure I take a hit from Landorus if it's defensive. Azumarill. Assault Vest. Earthquake. Yeah, I take Earthquakes. A Waterfall will be doing a lot because I'm going to be neutral. That's at -1, so we can go to +1. Okay, so we can potentially kill that. I think we've got the game in the bag because we've got answers to Keldeo. I don't think he can one-shot that. We can Thunderbolt. We've got Ice Beam. Yeah, I think we basically won this game. Hopefully Azu just cleans up from here. So it goes into Keldeo. I'm pretty sure we take a hit. I'm pretty sure we take a hit from Keldeo, so we can go for a Play Rough here and do a really good amount of damage and see what he decides to do there. How much does an Aqua Jet do? We might just have Aqua Jet after that just to see. Yeah, I think that's probably our best bet. See what he decides to do because we should take like with Keldeo's limited move pool. Azu, you should be able to take a hit absolutely fine. I really like Assault Vest on this guy rather than like Choice Band or anything like that because it allows me to switch up my moves. I've got the bulk to be able to take hits, so I can wreck inside a Trick Room and then outside a Trick Room I can take hits and still deal out a lot of damage. And same with T-Tar as well. Secret Sword, you're doing absolutely nothing. Play Rough is going to take it out. That's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we've done really well actually. Apart from suiciding with Bronzong, which we could have potentially saved, we demolished that guy's team, and that's really, really nice to see. We should be able to take an EQ, so I'm just going to stay in a Waterfall. No harm in doing that. And see from there. Yeah, this team's a lot of fun. We'll see, because I must, like, the way to construct the team is really, really tricky. Because obviously a lot of Trick Room users are Psychic types, and they, you know, obviously they don't like Dark types, and trying to make a team that isn't weak to Bishop is always really, really tricky, especially with Trick Room, and, you know, you've got Glitch, you know, weak to knockoff, weak to knockoff, weak to knockoff. You've got to try and build around that, which is why Azumarill, Tyranitar, and Mega Heracross work really, really nicely on this team, because they can take any form of knockoff. Lose their Assault Vest, not the worst thing in the world, they could still hit really, really hard. So I'm just going to go for a Waterfall here. I should take an EQ absolutely fine, and a Waterfall Aqua Jet combo should take this guy out, and by the looks of things it will, so that's really, really nice. Gonna go for that Aqua Jet there, take him out, and finish up the game from there. So how are we doing time-wise? We'll go for another game, see what we can find. So Aqua Jet is going to be able to take him out, so that's really, really nice. So that was a really nice win to see there. And go on to the next one, see what we can find. Okay, so what we've got is a bit more of a defensive team in some aspects. Talonflame can be a problem to the team, I must admit. We have got Glitch though that can take a hit. Jerry, you can take a hit, and also he outspeeds under Trick Room. That's also a really nice thing to have right away. So what we're going to do, I think we lead off with Bronzong here. Bronzong's our best lead. He's got some very scary offensive threats, so we need to try and keep Trick Room up. Leads up with Talonflame. Let me double check this, because I'm pretty sure Bronzong, I have Bronzong set up where I can actually take this. Trick Room support, no, I have physically defensive, because it's these setups that I always feel, Talonflame, Revenge Killer, it does have the potential to kill. If he's choice banded, do we go for it? I think we go for it. Yeah, we got the Mental Herb, guys, that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, I am going to go for a... Ooh, do I go for... let's see. Bruce, are you going to come through? Because what's he got for Bruce? He has quite a few switch-ins to Bruce, so that's not the most ideal situation. Let's see. So we could either stay in here, and we could go for the explosion, basically get a kill, or we could set up our rocks, take a, we're not going to take a Flare Blitz, well, that's the thing. Oh no, he's not choice banded, so actually we can set up rocks and we can explode. And I think that's our best bet, because by forcing him to go for rocks, to get rid of those rocks later on, he misses the Willow. That's really, really huge. What we're going to do now then, let's see, Porygon 2, you can take a Brave Bird. yeah, I think P2 is probably our best bet here. Keep Bronzong around, because Bronzong set up Trick Room for us. It's set up rocks. He's got to try and get rid of those rocks. And he can take any hit from any one of those mons. It gives us a nice way to handle Mega Lopunny, set up Trick Room, explode. So I think we might be prematurely exploding if we decided to do that. So I'm going to keep him around, go into P2. We can take a hit, especially knowing that this guy is a anti-lead set. We know he's not going to be hitting massively hard, and I'm pretty sure we should be able to take a hit with Porygon. Porygon 2, we're not going to go for defensive. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, we should be able to, that's Choice Banded. That's Choice Banded, we can take Choice Banded hits, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so he does go into Klefki. Let's see, Klefki could be a problem. Klefki, OU spikes, how much are we doing? We don't do anything. Oh no, we're 252, we're invested. Modest. Because we either stay in here, which I don't think is the play. Considering if he's specially defensive, we can't touch him. T-Tar, how do you know, we don't want to go in with T-Tar. Azu. Let's see, Azu could work, because we could power up punch and then we waterfall and then we're good to go. We don't mind too much about being T-waved. I think Azu's our best bet here. I know spikes are probably coming. That's absolutely fine. And I can take any hit from any of these mons, so I'm going to go for a power up punch here. If he goes into Lopunny, that's still going to hit really, really hard. Okay, that's great. Getting a crit really might matter. And I see no switch into a waterfall, because I can play rough that up, the Starmie after. Most of the time, they don't have anything to hit Jerry really hard. I've got the Assault Vest, so I can still do a good amount of damage to anything that wants to come in. So we'll see what he decides to do. Spikes are going to limit us, but then with how the team works, it's very much, you send something out, you basically, that's it. It does as much work as it can, and then you send in the next sweeper. So it's going to be annoying, but it's not going to be super duper annoying, I think. We'll just have to see. It's too early in the game to tell. That's the only thing, is trying to fit a defogger or a spinner on here is really hard, especially when it loses you momentum as well. We'll just have to see what he decides to do. He may want to keep that Klefki around, because that's a really good answer to the P2, which outside of... Yeah, he really doesn't have an answer to P2 outside of the Lopunny, which is nice to see. Reuniclus could be a problem. He doesn't have ways to T-wave things, so we'll see. He does decide just to set up those layers of spikes, and we just OHKO. That's great. Getting Klefki out of the way is really, really nice. I know we paid for it, for all of those spikes, but there's not much we can really do about that. Goes into Starmie. I mean, I play rough you and I kill you. I'm pretty sure. Starmie, you're not going to be doing a massive amount to me. Azumarill, OU Assault Vest. You can't do much to me. I mean, a Psyshock's going to hurt, but a play rough OHKOs, so I'm play roughing. And that's the thing. We forced him to Rapid Spin. I knew that would come in at some point, because now I can take another hit from something, and that's really, really nice. I might be able to double hit combo the Lopunny. Mega Lopunny, Fake Out Return combo. Fake Out Return combo shouldn't kill, so that's really nice. So you do 85 max. Goes into Cure and B. I know a Bolt Strike's coming. If I can take this, then I would stay in. Bolt Strike. I apologise for the amount of calcs, but with how this team works, let's see. No, that's not, no, Kyron B. Fusion Bolt, potentially. Fusion Bolt does okay. That's a shame. Let me just see. Do I still need this guy around? It does give me a way to handle Mega Lopunny. I can hit that guy hard. I can take a hit. So what isn't useful is the next question. What I'm saying is, while T-Tar does handle this, I have problems with Kyurem. I think that might be our best bet. Because actually, we can then go into Ding Dong, we explode, we kill something, and then we're good to go. So I think, unfortunately, Bruce, I think Jerry is more important. Because after Spike's damage, I still take a hit from Mega Lopunny. Fusion Bolt, that was a crit. Ah, that's a shame. Let's just go for, let's fire off a Stone Edge. He may worry that we're scarfed. So it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world if he decides to switch. But we'll just have to see. He saw no item. And Scarf T-Tar is quite a prominent thing in this tier. So he may be worrying about that. The crit's unfortunate, but let's see, 30%. Ah, the crit may have mattered actually. That's a bit of a shame. If he was Choice Locks, oh, we scared him out. We scared him out. That's brilliant. Because Bronzong sets up all over this guy, and that's really, really nice. So I think what we do here is we just go for a crunch. He's probably going to set up his rocks, but to get some... I just saw his nickname. Oh my goodness. Cheeky Lando. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think he's either got to set up rocks here, or he's going to just take us out. He may be fearing the Bronzong switch. He does go for the Stealth Rocks, and we don't do a huge amount with Crunch. I know Stone Edge would have done more, but Crunch, I wanted something reliable. And EQ is probably going to be able to take us out here, unless we go for a switch. Oh, he might U-turn. I can't afford for him to U-turn, because then he goes into Talonflame, and then we've got a huge problem. So we have to crunch here, unfortunately. T-Tar isn't the most useful thing after this as well. It would give us Fake Out bait, or like Fake Out fodder, but oh well. Yeah, that was why I couldn't afford to switch that guy in case he decided to go for that U-turn, which he did end up doing. So he's going to U-turn out. Let's see what he decides to go into. But I think at this point, Bronzong might kill. Trick Room support. Gyro does a good amount to... I know. No, probably not. We're not going to do much to the Landers too. I don't think. Yeah, we're really not doing much. So we're going to have to... Explosion does nothing. Okay. Goes into this. Okay. Well, Reuniclus. It's either you. No, I want to keep Reuniclus around. Bronzong, you can definitely take on a Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny. High jump kick. Fake out, high jump kick. I can take. I can take a fake out. I can explode. That's all I need to do with Bronzong. Get a free hit off. See what he decides to do. He probably is going to go for fake out. But to get up Trick Room and then explode and bring in a sweeper would be really, really nice. Goes for fake out, that's absolutely fine. And we're going to fire off a Trick Room here. See what he decides to do. He may... I don't think he's going to stay in. He's probably going to switch. But into what? Maybe the Lando, but then the Lando can't touch me. He does Baton Pass. Okay. Come on, go into the Talonflame. Go into the Talonflame. Think you can? You're safe. If we get rid of Talonflame, I'm pretty sure it's game. We still got 2 Trick Room users. That's really nice. The Mega Lopunny is a threat though. What's he gonna go into? Is that something? The Lando, all it's going to have for me, he goes into the Talonflame. Okay, I think at this point, he's going to think we're going to go for rocks. Oh, we could get up our rocks. We could get cheeky rocks. Or we could explode. Well, we know we can take a hit. Can we take a Brave Bird? I apologize, as I said, from the amount of calcs, but this one's going to be interesting. Because if he's Steel Breaker, Flare Blitz, he might not... Oh, he might not even have... Oh, he doesn't, does he? So we set up rocks here. As we outspeed Talonflame, he's probably going to Willow here. He does Willow, he does burn us, that's unfortunate. But it's not the worst thing in the world. And I think what we do here is I think it's time to explode. Does go for Roost as explosion. Doesn't really do a huge amount. That's a shame. Right. Because Azumarill, after rocks damage and that sort of stuff, you can take a Brave Bird. So Azu, you're my switch, and you just click Waterfall. We've got another ton of Trick Room, so we could go for Play Rough after that, so that's fine. And see from there. It is going to come down and be very, very close. I want to save, as I said, I want to save my Trick Room Sweepers for as long as possible, because they're going to be really, really key. Mega Heracross. If I get a Trick Room in with Mega Heracross, I can do a good amount of damage. I just need that Lando down a little bit more. But then EQ, how much does an EQ do to Landorus? So while we're waiting, we might as well have a look. Heracross versus Landorus. Landorus T, defensive. Earthquake does like nothing, so that's good. We'll see what he decides to do here. Why is it taking so long? Because I've just clicked my move. Oh, don't, come on, Showdown, don't lag. If this lags, it's going to be such a pain. Let's see, can we stop the timer? Lag. Oh, there you go. Okay. Right. We can take a Brave Bird. We fire off a Waterfall. He does go into... Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Taking... Oh, we don't take it out, unfortunately. But we can just go for another Waterfall. That's huge. That is really, really huge. Goes into Kyurem. I think this is the time for you to die, unfortunately. We're going to fire for Play Rough here, as a Fusion Bolt's just going to absolutely demolish us. He is Life Orb. Okay, so if you're a Kyurem that's physically offensive, let's see. So basically, I set up a Trick Room with... Oh no, because he's still got the Talonflame. Rocks are going to be really good for that, though. P2, can you take a hit? Kyurem B, physically offensive versus Mega Heracross. Yeah, I don't want Heracross. Oh no, I can't even stay because Dragon Claw's going to kill. Porygon 2, you've got good bulk. You Rubber Ducky. Ooh, you take hits really nicely. That's good. So, Porygon 2, I think you're my call. I choose you. We set up a Trick Room first turn, then we recover up, and then as he either switches or decides just to go keep attacking, we can wear him down with Life Orb, and that's absolutely fine. We've still got Reuniclus in the back that can take a hit from this guy, so that's really nice. We get the attack boost. That's a shame. So I set up a Trick Room here because I can take any hit from Kyurem, according to the calcs, and that's definitely... That's Life Orb. That is Life Orb. Kyurem B. That's fine. Okay. Goes into Lopunny. What we do here is I fire off a... I think I just let Blob go down. How much do we do to Mega Lopunny? Thunderbolt, not really doing much. We're going to go for fun... No, we don't want to paralyze chance, because if we paralyze him, we're actually might be in a spot of bother. Let's go for Ice Beam. He does fake out. That's burning Trick Room turns. I don't like the look of that, but I don't think there's anything we can do. Go for Ice Beam. It's our best move because it fishes for the freeze, which sounds really horrible, but we don't want him being paralyzed, and I'd much rather freeze him. He also doesn't have a switch into ice moves. There you go. And he does go for the return. He doesn't kill. Has he only got Drain Punch then? I think I recover here, because if I can set up another set of Trick Room, that would be really, really nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to. He does go for the HDK then. Okay, I just had to be sure. Right. So, Heracross. I'm stressing too much then with Blob. Reuniclus, you can take a hit from Mega Lopunny, can't you? Oh, you Trick Room. Yeah, you take a return. And I think you take a Brave Bird after that. So I think this is our best bet. Because Psyshock the World looks like the best play. So we Trick Room here. This is going to be tense. No, why on earth did you crit? Oh my goodness. That's lost me the game. That crit just lost me the game. He switches into Kyurem. That makes me so upset. Because we could have taken a hit from Talonflame. Ah, that crit makes so much difference. Unless we can take a hit from Talonflame, which we're really not. We're definitely not taking a hit from Talonflame. Mega Evolve, we go for Rock Blast. It's our best play. Actually, we go for Close Combat because we still kill. And if he decides to roost, come on, roost. Make the wrong play and decide to roost. Nope, that crit lost us the game. That's really upsetting. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the live. We should really have won that last one. That crit is going to be... That was a real pain. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy the live. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. And I will see you guys at the next one. macadii out.